right, here he is outside. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, just the reddest of red. You can see a little peak of pattern, but look at that. Look how red that snake is. That is just awesome. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. And I got to tell you, I got a very special visit last night from a very good friend, actually a couple good friends. Ty Park came over here and he brought my good friend Peter Birch. You might know him from Critter Cam over in Australia. I haven't seen Peter in a very long time. I was there maybe 8 years ago, and he graciously invited me over to his house. He had just gotten back from Africa with Brian Barczyk, and he had like no sleep, and we were there for hours, and he was showing me his whole collection, and we did some great videos. If you guys look back on the channel, you can see that great interview and tour of his house that I did. But he came over. He's here for Animal Con, which is going to be taking place this weekend in Orlando, and he brought Ty Park, and him, along with some other guys, came over as well, some new friends actually, and I got to enjoy myself at like between 9 and 11 o'clock at night, something I'm not usually doing. I'm usually getting ready for bed around then. But we gave them a tour of the facility. We didn't really film very much because we were kind of just hanging out. I was showing them my stuff, but we got a little bit of video footage just to prove that Peter was indeed at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Let's take a look. Peter Birch here, freeing up an Amazon tree boa in my facility in the middle of the night here. You know these Aussies, they're on a different time scale than we are.
You need some vegetable oil or something like that?
Is he stuck that bad?
Yeah. Yeah, he's stuck.
I got some Goo Gone.
Where's the oil?
Peter Birch saves my Amazon tree boa.
Let's open this side.
Look at that. And he didn't even get bit.
Not yet.
Isn't he beautiful though? That's a really nice, like hypo, yellow hypo.
Oh.
Careful.
Are you okay?
Yeah, he looks good. He looks fine. There's my girl. Actually, this is a boy. Hypo Onyx. 50% het blood and 50% het Gilbert T positive. I have filmed this boy. He is like standing up like a king cobra. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that boy. And you know what the funny thing is? As soon as I take him out, he'll be as cool as a cat. Look at the coloring in that. You almost think there's blood in there. But these onyxes have red underneath them, and when you put that hypo gene in there, you get a really reddish looking snake. Very beautiful. All right, we're gonna be looking at some albino leopard stuff. These are a 1.5 years old. I guess it's time to start listing these guys and allowing people to purchase them. This is an albino, call albino, that's 100% het leopard. Beautiful, a really nice looking representative of a call albino. I mean, a really good coloring. And what people don't understand sometimes is that the leopard, even in single copy gene, it really changes how the albino looks, because as I've said a million times before, leopard is really not a recessive trait, even though we call it recessive. The single copy het leopard has visual cues, meaning that you can see it in its visual form, just like you can see Onyx in its single form, and then Super Onyx looks extreme, like almost like leopard. So this is one copy of leopard with 2 copies of albino, and we have this beautiful girl here. Now, if we take it one step further, we have 2 copies of the leopard gene, which really should be probably called super leopard, but it's not because we call it leopard recessive. We have this little girl here, and she is gorgeous. And unfortunately, she has one eye, but she eats well, and she's got a great little personality here. And I'm going to make her available too at a discounted rate. And you can see the total. Look at the saturation in the head of this girl. That leopard, you can see that she's got the leopard head, but just all the melanin has been removed because of the albino gene. So Here you can see saddles. You can see this is a regular call albino in every regard, with a little bit of the cues, especially in the head from the, we have a lot of reds from the leopard. And then this one is totally, you can see the leopard pattern now here, only with the melanin removed. So this is an albino leopard visual. So hit me up if you want this male or this female. If you want me to put a pair together for you guys, we could make it happen. And here's another litter mate from those last two I just showed you. This is a male motley het leopard, and as you can see in the het form, leopard and motley create the striped animal. So as you can see, there's definitive visual proof in a single copy leopard that you're going to get that something's happening. So motley and one copy of leopard interact and create a striped animal. Beautiful little boy. Look at that, how dark that head. He almost looks IMG, he's so dark. And he's 100% het call albino. So another variation, you saw the albino male that was het leopard. This is your single copy leopard with motley now. We've added that in so that we can, remember, motley with two copies of leopard creates the patternless chocolate colored eclipse. And so this is one copy of leopard and you get a striped animal. So really kind of cool. You can see just the remnants of the motley gene right in the tail there. But you can see beautiful, beautiful snake. Now here's another litter I'm going to show you. These are Honduran super dwarf boas. Onyx is a Honduran boa gene. It's one of the smallest, tiniest boas in the world. The Honduran boas are really, really teeny. This is a litter that I created by crossing a super onyx with a hypo blood. Obviously, blood genes comes from Panama, which is why they're also really small boas. They were both het anery too, both mothers, and we produced some really nice babies here. So these are high. This is a onyx that's het blood and 66% het anery too. So if you're looking to produce onyx bloods or hypo onyx bloods, this is definitely something that's going to help you. These are 1.5 years old. That's a beautiful female we have here, and a really nice representative of the Onyx gene. And once again, even het blood, when you have one copy of blood, even though it's a recessive, you do get some visual cues in there. Really nice looking female. Now this is a hypo onyx that's het for blood, and as you can see, the hypo will bring out more of the reds in the onyx. Because it's het blood, you're going to see saddle connections, and you're going to get striping down the back. Really, really beautiful, beautiful snake. This is, and I'm going to show you what a hypo blood onyx looks like in a minute, because I produced a couple of those, and they're really beautiful. So this is, you saw the onyx without the blood, or excuse me, you saw the onyx without the hypo, and now you see the onyx with the hypo. Both of these snakes were het blood. I believe I have males and females of both of these. So if anyone's interested, these are nice and well started. They're 1.5 years old. If you want to get into the Onyx program, these snakes are going to stay really small. They're super dwarfs for sure. And it's a great gene. This, once you put blood and you create a super onyx form of it, you're going to have a solid red snake. And I can show you that too. So beautiful, beautiful snakes. And this is from a different litter. This is from this year. This is about 7 months old. And this is what I'm pretty sure is a hypo. 2 copies of onyx, a super onyx, and blood. So here it is. This is what I was telling you can make. Once again, a really, really beautiful jet black eyes. Super onyx, which erases almost all the pattern. Blood, which adds another level of red. And then you have the hypo gene, which strips away the black that's in the onyx and gives you even more red. And you have, this thing looks like the cocoa blocks. He's so beautifully red. And I just, I didn't think there's anything that could be better than this. This is about as great as it gets. Look at the reds. If we pick them up, and look at that belly. Look at that red. There's a lot of red in that snake. Just beautiful, beautiful. That's it. It's a little better. You can see it better in this light here. Just exquisitely red. Look at that. And like I said, I thought this was the best, and now I'm gonna show you something else. But this is better. This is that fire engine looking red boa I showed you a little earlier this year when it was first born. This is hypo, super onyx, so that erases that pattern, and you get that super onyx. Blood, and I believe it's also Honduran T positive. So we have a T positive blood in addition to the hypo and the super onyx. You can't get any more red into a snake. I think we hit everything with this, and this is exquisite. I'm gonna take it outside so you can really get a good appreciation of it. But just, there's so much that can be done, and these snakes are gonna stay really small. They're all super dwarfs, Panamanian and Honduran blood only, and these snakes will just not get big. All right, here he is outside. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, just the reddest of red. You can see a little peak of pattern, but look at that. Look how red that snake is. That is just awesome. And growing really nicely too. Really put on some nice eyes. Just exquisite looking. I can't be happier. And it's gonna stay really tiny. And that's, you know, that's a very desirable trait. It'll never have to be in anything bigger than a ball python tub its whole life. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. I told you Peter Birch was here, and he helped get that beautiful hypo yellow Amazon tree boa off that tape. And I didn't even know it was there. And he got in there, even though he had just traveled 100 hours probably to get here from Australia. And he got the goo gone on, and he got that snake and saved it from being stuck to duct tape for the rest of its life. Thank you, Peter. It was great seeing you. It was great seeing Ty, and it was great to meet my new friends Steve Crawford from Prestige Pythons and Mark from Sasso Beck, one of the best gecko breeders, that's leopard gecko breeders in the world. So we had some heavy hitters over here last night, and it was fun. And I hope you also enjoyed the little lesson on Onyx boas and some of the nuances that go along with that gene and some of the gene combinations that we've made, and how I think to make the best super dwarf red boa. A lot of people ask me, they want a red boa. I say do it with super dwarfs. It's a lot easier. You can have a lot more of them. They take up a lot less space. They're super cool. You have to just be very patient with them because they take a little longer to get to breeding size, but they hold their value much better. So if you guys like this video and you like all these videos I've been doing, show us the love. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.